Okay, so here's the thing about Supergirl. On paper, this movie should be incredible. You got a dark, emotionally complex version of Kara that we've never seen on screen before. You've got stunning visuals unlike anything else in the DC universe. And you've got Milly Alcock delivering one of the best superhero performances I've seen in years. All the ingredients are there, all of them. And yet, walking out of the theater, I was thinking this could have been much more. Let me tell you about it. Welcome back to Moody at the Movies, and I'm your host, Mr. Moody. And this is the channel where I go see a movie in theaters and I immediately need to come back and tell someone about it. I use my 5-scale popcorn bucket rating system, 5 being it's worth every kernel, and 1 being they burned the popcorn. This week we ended up catching Supergirl in theaters, and I can't wait to tell you guys my honest opinion about this movie. You'll see my rating towards the end of this video, but without further ado, let's hop straight into it. Now, real quick, for anyone that needs context, Supergirl is the second film in the DC universe under James Gunn after Superman from last year. And in this film, this isn't your typical Supergirl. This is a version of Kara where she remembers watching Krypton die. Now, Kara was supposed to arrive on Earth first before Superman, but her pod ended up getting delayed and she didn't show up until decades later. So while Superman was raised on Earth, she ended up missing everything and couldn't be a part of that, and she's just feeling every single bit of that. So that's the kind of Supergirl that we're dealing with in this film. And honestly, that setup alone, I'm completely bought in. So let's just get straight into it. So here's the actual story. We find Kara completely alone, and she's spending her 23rd birthday by herself on some alien planet. And she's drinking and wanting nothing to do with Earth or anyone on it. And she ends up crossing paths with this young alien girl named Ruthie. And her father was just murdered by a villain named Krim on the Yellow Hills. So Ruthie, she wants revenge. She wants Krim dead, and she needs Supergirl's help to get there. Kara, she isn't really interested at the start until Krim does something that makes it very personal for her. And from that point on, this becomes an interstellar revenge journey with these two completely different people trying to get to the same place. Then you throw in Jason Momoa in as Lobo, and he's just this chaotic, larger-than-life intergalactic bounty hunter that looks so sick. And on paper, that just sounds like an absolute fun time. Real quick, if you're enjoying the video so far in this style of a review, hit that like button. It genuinely helps more people find the video. And let's just keep it going. All right, let's talk about what worked in Supergirl. At the start of this movie, we ended up watching a young Kara watch her entire family die in front of her. And it wasn't just a quick flash of destruction. She's just standing there watching it all happen. And Kara, she doesn't say a single word. And she doesn't have to. That's the thing about Kara Danvers, is that everything you see about her is everything that she carries with her. And she really lets Milly Alcock, she really lets Kara come to life and lets you feel what she's feeling in that moment. And then there's another early moment I loved, and this one kind of sets the whole tone on the character perfectly. Kara, she is at this bar on a red sun planet, and so basically her powers are gone. She's drunk, and this big guy tries to steal Ruthie's sword and just clocks her. She actually bleeds, and then she looks on her face and she's like, wait, did I just get hit? And then there's another early moment I loved, and this one kind of sets the whole tone of this character perfectly. So Kara, she's at this bar on a red sun planet, and here her powers are basically gone. They're depleted. She's drunk, and this big guy tries to steal Ruthie's sword and just clocks her. And Kara actually starts to bleed. And the look on Kara's face is like, wait, did I actually just get hit? Did that actually hurt me? And even in that state, even completely powerless, she holds her own in that fight. And that scene tells you everything about who this Kara is before she ever has to explain herself. She's not the polished superhero that we're used to seeing, and I really thought that was a brilliant way to bring this character to life on screen. Another thing that worked in this film is when Crypto got poisoned by Krim. And I don't know what it is about movies putting dogs in danger, but it works every single time. It makes you feel emotional, in the moment and it gets you fully invested into what's going on in the story. So that's one way that in Supergirl they were able to emotionally engage the audience, and I really love that. I thought it was really smart storytelling because it just gave Kara that emotional anchor, and everyone in the audience was instantly engaged by it. So she had extra motivation to help Ruthie in her situation on wanting to get revenge back from her family. Crypto getting poisoned by Krim gave Kara the extra motivation to go after him. Another thing that worked for me in this film was just Milly Alcock herself. She was absolutely phenomenal in this film as Supergirl. They couldn't have casted anyone better to play this role. She is genuinely the brightest spot in this entire film, and she shows it and she brings it to life on the screen. And everything that's emotional about this film, she nails it every single time. Every moment of pain, exhaustion, anger, you just feel it every single time when she's in front of you on the screen. Milly Alcock is genuinely one of the brightest spots in this movie and one of the best additions to the new DC universe. Every moment of pain, exhaustion, and anger, you feel all of that through her performance. She was absolutely phenomenal, so I just wanted to give my props to her. And specifically the scene where Supergirl finally rises from her sleep after being under the effects of the green sign, which did completely drain her powers. Just that moment visually, it was absolutely stunning. The way it's shot, the way Milly physically embodies coming back into her full strength, there's just something genuinely cool about watching Supergirl wake up at full power and just remembering what she is actually capable of. That kind of moment reminded me why this character is so compelling. And Milly Alcock's performance alone is another reason, if you are a DC fan especially, I would go tell someone this film is worth watching. Okay, now it's time for the honest part, and I'm gonna be real with you guys, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. And I'm not gonna be harsh on this movie, but there just were some things that absolutely did not work for me. This movie has a lot going on. A lot of different characters, story threads, locations, etc. And it just feels like in Supergirl, they didn't give this movie enough time to let everything breathe. Everything just kind of felt like they were just juggling everything around, and it made the pacing feel very off. There were moments in this movie where I felt like the film really just lost its momentum. This film, they made it pretty much almost like it was supposed to be a revenge thriller. And in a revenge thriller type of film, you need that urgency, and Supergirl didn't really come with that. And also, along with the pacing, I noticed some editing issues, which wasn't really big, but maybe minimal. But there was editing issues where it felt like they cut it off in a way where it kind of disturbed the flow of the film instead of building the film up. You can really tell that Supergirl went through a lot of different versions and test screens before it landed, and that sometimes shows on the screen. And another thing that Supergirl left me wanting more of was Jason Momoa as Lobo. And look, he's fun and he absolutely brings the energy every time he walks on the screen. But I genuinely wanted more of him. It felt too brief seeing Jason Momoa as Lobo in this film. And Jason Momoa is playing a chaotic intergalactic bounty hunter, and I just really felt like he was underused for everything that character could have been in this movie. Like, give me more Lobo, give me more of that energy. He was good in this role. So it wasn't that he wasn't good, it's more of I wanted more of him. And it wasn't so much of Jason Momoa isn't good as Lobo in this film. It was more of he is good, I want more of this character, I'm invested into him, and I really wish we could have seen more of him on screen. Here's what I want to say to the DC fans specifically, even with everything I just told you. Supergirl is still a watch if you care about where this universe is heading. Superman actually has a role in this film. Lobo is being set up for more of a down the line, and Milly Alcock's Supergirl is also confirmed to be a major part of this universe for a long time, and she's already confirmed for Man of Tomorrow next year. So if you're following the DCU, you need to see this one. Just go in knowing it's not going to hit the same way Superman did last year, and I think that's okay. Oh, and quick thing for anyone wondering, Supergirl unfortunately does not have post-credit scenes like Superman did last year. I know Superman had 2 post-credit scenes last year, and it helped build up or tell us what to expect for the future of Superman. And Supergirl, I was really hoping we would get that, but we didn't. So we don't really know where the future of Supergirl is supposed to be or what it's supposed to be about. But we do know she is in Superman Man of Tomorrow. That comes out next year. So we'll just have to wait and see until that film drops. Alright, bottom line. Supergirl is a movie that has everything it needs to be great, and it doesn't fully get there. Milly Alcock gives you a performance that is genuinely outstanding, and I hope this is just the beginning of what she does with this character in the DC Universe. And the opening scene alone is one of the most striking things the new DCU has put on screen. The bar fight sets up Hukara is perfectly. The green sun scene is visually stunning. When Krim poisoned Crypto, you have the emotional attachment there. And also when Ruthie had to stand there and watch her whole family get murdered by Krim. And it just all works together at the start. And there are some real bright spots here. But the pacing, the editing, the emotional connection to the revenge story, the villain not landing the way he needed to, all of it left me just wanting more. Not in a frustrated way, more like I can actually see what this wanted to be. And I really wish it had gotten all the way there, because when this movie works, it genuinely works. So my rating is going to be 3 out of 5 popcorn buckets. I think this film is still worth seeing if you are a DC fan and if you're keeping up with the DC universe. It's definitely a need to go see. If you're not really a big DC fan and you're more of a casual moviegoer, I would say you could go see this in theaters, but you can also stay home and wait for it to hit streaming services. Milly Alcock deserved a better movie, but I am genuinely excited to see where she can take this Supergirl character, because I do think the future is bright and it can only go up from here. That's my honest take on Supergirl, and I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys agree with everything that I said? Or do you guys think I was being a little too harsh? Or what did stand out to you most about this film? And if you're new here and you like this style of a review, honest, real, no fluff, hit subscribe. I cover new releases in theaters that come out every week, and I come on here and talk to you guys about them. Alright, that's going to be it for me, and thank you guys for watching my honest review on Supergirl, and I'll see you at the movies.